record this. So it is October 23rd, and this is our coach Q&A. So basically, you guys ask the questions. We'll give you a couple different leader perspectives on answers. Susan's actually going to be leading this call, which I'm so grateful for. So I'm kind of like the sidekick here.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Hey, you asked me. You said, hey, can I lead a call? I want to get some training. I said, you know what? You can. So I'm going to be the sidekick.
At first I thought you said I'm co-leading. Now I see.
I did. But that's how I lured you in to get you here.
Oh, I see how you roll. I got you. Y'all remember this.
Hey, I'll be here the whole time. I'll be the sidekick, but anything that I can add in.
I missed the last one, so okay.
So literally, we just open it up for questions. No question is a done question. If we don't have any more questions, then we'll just call it a night, and we'll see all your beautiful faces on the next Zoom. So who has a question first?
Oh. What doesn't hear you?
Oh, I think Bridget.
I didn't hear it. Maybe you can put it in the chat. I didn't hear what she said.
And Michelle is on. I feel like this is turning into an EIL leader chat, which I'm not upset about. Kelly, do you have any questions for us? No, just hanging out to learn from other people? Awesome. Well,
maybe I can just say something about feeling overwhelmed in the beginning, because I know Francesca said earlier that she was feeling overwhelmed with like all of the information. And I was thinking about that and just like how to keep it stupid simple, because it really is like easy, but we make it complicated, right? Which is what we always say. So I think just focusing in the beginning on our team page and the new coach thread, and then sharing your story and talking to people. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Right. And I know that there is a lot of information in the beginning, that we give a lot of information, but a lot of that is just to keep so that you have it to reference in the future. Right. It doesn't have to be diving in and learning everything in the first week. It really is just there for you to reference, and then just focusing on the really simple things in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I want to write those 5 things up, Louise, that you just said. I'm going to put them in the chat, but.
What did I say?
Focusing on the team page, the new coach thread.
Yeah.
Your own health and fitness journey. Yeah. Sharing that, and then talking to people about it.
Yeah.
And then everything else is just kept in the background for later when you have got those basics covered.
I think as a new coach too, that is where we lose a lot of people, because they do get so overwhelmed. They think, oh my God, I have to do it all at once. And it is a lot of information, and we get so excited, but we want to do everything. But yeah, if you just focus on those things, especially your health journey first.
Well, and to piggyback off of that, we had our Energy is Life leader retreat this past weekend. And I know a few of the coaches were like, you know what, where I fell off in the beginning was thinking I had to have all the information to answer people's questions. And I was like, and I get that, because I someone asks you something, you don't have the answer and you start to freeze. But I said, look, the reality is you're not going to know all the answers. I still don't know all the answers, and I'm 4 years in. So what I do is tell people, hey, hold on, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to reach out to my upline, or I'm going to go Google it. I'm going to get some more information for you, so I don't give you the wrong information. And what that actually does is build trust. People don't want you to just sling answers at them that you're unsure of. And when I get told that, I'm like, you know what, I appreciate it. I know that person is going and digging deeper for me, and that starts to build a relationship. I mean, I've had that with I had a coach call last week, or the week before rather. She asked me a question and I didn't know the answer. I said, you know what, if you don't mind, I'll Google it right quick, because I know what to Google, but I wasn't sure of the specifics of the answer, and I wanted to make sure I was giving you the proper information. I'm telling you guys, I wish I would have done that as a new coach more often, because I could have taken more action versus putting all the invites on the back burner because I didn't have the answer. I didn't know exactly how many days the program was that was being released or the exact cost. I just say, hey, give me 5 minutes, or you know what, I don't have time to do the research right now because I'm in mom mode, but I will get back to you tonight with the answer. And people really respect that. So I love that you brought that up, guys.
And I think that's from any perspective, either a new coach or even going into leadership.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Saying, I'm afraid to add coaches to my team because I don't know what to do with them when they get there. But there's always someone to answer the question when you get there. This tribe is amazing for that. So just get there, and then everyone can help out with the answers for sure. And you're never alone. Never alone.
Never.
Drop in the chat what everyone, like, what's your biggest win or struggle this week? Like, we can help you with. Is it posting? Is it invites? Is it whatever it is? Finding information or challenge groups? Because I'll start asking you questions about what's going wrong in my life. So, what's your solution? So, come on. I see Sarah's on here, and Michelle, and Kelly, and Vanessa. Who else?
I know. And why are half of you hiding? Half of you are like with your videos off. I just saw Trisha had like the Golden Gate Bridge up. I don't know how she even got that on there. I got Tracy's at work.
Are you at work, Tracy? Tracy's at work.
Invites a little struggle.
Work. I know. I like when you see people's faces. You know.
So Susan, Michelle said that she struggles with making friends in general.
Making friends, like just out on Facebook, or are we talking on just in general out in the world?
All of the above.
All of the above. Okay. So what are some of the things that you, do you have kids? I can't hear. Is it me or is it my laptop?
I have 2.
Okay, you have 2 kids. Okay, how old are they?
They're 9 and 6.
9 and 6. Okay, so I would probably start there on the things that they're interested in. Do they go to any activities like soccer or ballet? I don't know if they're boys or girls, but anything that they like to go to?
Oh, I'm sure they'd like to go to a lot of things, but those cost money. And so we don't have that availability currently.
Okay. Do you go to their school for any functions like open houses or PTA or anything that they volunteer in their school?
I would love to if I didn't have to work and go to school myself.
Okay. So it sounds like you have don't have a lot of time. I actually don't have a lot of people in my community that I reach out to either. And so I just started joining groups on Facebook. I'm a mom of 2 special needs boys, and I started this week networking on those pages to make new friends. And so I would find something that's not going to take a lot of time, but a group that you're interested in, whether it's cooking or dogs or knitting or whatever it is, and join those groups and start making friends in there. Nothing to do with health and fitness, but just connecting with other people that have similar interests to you and building your friendships that way. I do that. I also go to my Facebook friends page, especially high school friends, and I look at their friends lists and I see if we have some friends in common, and I just send out a friend request. And I've gotten a lot, probably like 60 new friends in the last 2 weeks just doing it that way. Do either of those options sound like something you could do or that would work for you?
So I initially started doing that when I first became a coach. I joined a hiking group, and I also joined a crocheting group. None of those really panned out because I don't know, people who also have those same similar interests don't really have anything else interesting to talk about. Like literally all of my things that I'm really interested in is like sport and exercise and psychology and becoming healthier, making people better, but just struggle. And I don't know, I'm not about petty things either. So there seems to be a lot of that too.
You can still find your group. So it just sounds like you just haven't found the right one for you. So I would still search. You can search for running groups, local running groups. So maybe not a big one that's on Facebook, but wherever you live, like I live in Cape Cod, so I could be like Cape Cod running groups, and it will have some things that suggest that come up for you. It's going to take some time, but I think that's a great way, if you don't have a lot of time, to meet some new friends, and maybe they're not into health and fitness right now, but maybe as they become your friend and they see you posting on it, you will have that, in common with them.
And I was just added today to a community page just literally someone was like, there was a cop across the street. I was like, I think that's so cool. And they're like, yeah, did you see on the community page? And I was like,
I'm on the community page too.
I was like, I don't know what that is.
What events that are coming up.
Yeah, well then the girl, she needed to add me to the page. Well, guess what? She had to add me as a friend first. And I was like, yeah, I'm on there. Add me. And she was like, oh, okay. I think she was a little overwhelmed. But actually, our sons get along. So even little ins like that, and just making friends at like the bus stop or in the carpool line. I know it sounds, and Michelle, I think you're too hard on yourself, honestly, because you have an amazing personality. You're so friendly and positive. Use that to talk to people everywhere. I know you're going to class. I know, and like you said, I saw on one of your posts, everyone has their head down or they're on their phones. Make a point to say, hey, how are you? Like, you're going to shock people, but guess what? It's good to be shocking people. I shock people all the time, So like, don't underestimate the power that you have just by saying hello to people. If you're grocery shopping, you need groceries, I add the dang cashiers as my friend on Facebook. Because I'm like, hey, I compliment them and lift them up. And I'm like, because when's the last time they heard a compliment rather than a grumble or someone that's busy, they don't take the time out to like, those cashiers are sitting there all day long. How nice is it to have a nice conversation versus someone like, oh, I just gotta go. I gotta go. And even though I'm always in a rush, I'm like, I love that top. Or where'd you get those earrings? Or, and then just you're going to the same grocery stores, you're going to the same coffee shops, you're going to the same classes, you might take the same route. Just tell them, say, hey, are you on Facebook? Let's, add me so we can get together sometime. Do you have time? I don't know. Maybe you don't. But guess what? They're going to start following you. I add everybody. Just say, are you on Facebook? It's a really hard question to say the first 10 times. After that, I'm like, ooh, add me. And they're like, why are you so excited? I'm like, because I'm
so maybe Michelle could start out small and just try to have, 2 of those a week or something like that. Just like twice this week, I'm just going to add someone. What's the worst they can say is no. I just have I had a girl today that said, I'm afraid of spamming, whatever. I can't add you onto my Facebook. And I said, that's fine. My special needs page, they said the first Thursday of every month, you can drop your business info here, which I thought was great. I never knew that. So everyone can post their business on Thursdays, the first Thursday of the month, which was awesome. Tracy, I'm reading yours right now about being ghosted. And I think I can tell you what I've done in the past, and I'm sure Louise and Jack could say something about all of a sudden be ghosted. It happens to me all the time. I think it happens to everybody. And what I usually do is I wait a little bit and then I send them something like a meme or a GIF or GIF, something like that's fun that they don't have to respond back to. Like on Fridays, I just want to say have an awesome Friday. And that usually opens up the conversation again. It's usually because they're pulling back because they're nervous about not responding to you or they're not ready for their fitness journey. Depends on where you are. So I try to lighten it up a little bit and send something fun and non-threatening. So that's usually what I do. And then the conversation gets opened back up again. Or I go to their page and I start liking, commenting on their stuff, and they go, oh my gosh, that's right, Susan messaged me. People forget. So we all always think it's about us, but sometimes it's just they're busy or they get distracted. So I wouldn't take it personally, for sure. What do you think, Jack?
I totally agree. I think it's our ego. Someone said it's our ego. When they don't respond back to us, we think oh my gosh, I overstepped my boundaries or this or that or this. It's like that has everything to do with you and nothing to do with them. I get messages all the time and I accidentally ghost people. And those are people that want to sign up. And it's because I'm busy and because they drop down in my inbox because that's life. So, and if they message me back and then I'm like, la, la, la. But just like Susan said, if someone is loving on my page, I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot to reach back out to them. It's like that reminder without, reminding them. And you know what? If they're truly ghosting you, guess what? They just might not be ready. And that's okay too. Hi, honey. Sorry. So it is our ego. And that's why we really need to be doing one of the biggest focuses when you're looking too much into that, or you're waiting to see if people are responding, and you're like, well, they saw it, but they didn't respond back to me. Don't even do that to yourself. You're just getting inside your own head, and you're letting the enemy get inside your head, and that is not healthy. And it's not, and you're going to spin down this negative lane. But if you're not doing personal development, you're going to spin a lot faster. And you're going to be inside your own head. And it's a really, yes, Louise. Louise, can you tell us a little bit about that book?
Well, it's great. And if you don't mind F-bombs dropped every second word, which I don't care about, so I love it. But basically it is about how we can't really expect to be happy in every part of our life all of the time. And if we are, then we're not really living our best life. And oh, there you go. It's great. I love it. I actually had to take the cover off mine because I didn't want my kids reading it. But anyway, so there you go. And how just basically figuring out how to be okay with not being perfect and not caring what other people think, like truly not caring what other people think. Because I know I talk a lot about like not caring what people think, but sometimes it can be really hard. But it's a really good book. I really like it. Highly recommend.
Yeah, and we actually talked about that after the leader retreat ended on Sunday morning. A couple of the girls came back to my house, and they were talking because two of them had kind of slowed down on their journey or stopped their coaching journey, and then came back in, and they're like, I just wasn't ready, or I had a lot of people say a lot of negative things, and they weren't in the right mindset. And I said, bottom line, end of the day, and I was holding Liam, and I looked at him, I said, I can't let what other people say about me or my journey stop me from fighting for my why, and my why is my family. My why always comes back. Yes, I want to empower women. I want to have this incredible tribe, and I do, and it's going to keep growing, and that's incredible. Like, that's amazing. But at the end of the day, what is the biggest aspect of your why that no matter what, you will fight for that? And I looked down at my baby and I said, I will always fight for them. I will fight for them in school. I will fight for them against bullies. I will fight for them. And that means showing up every day to this job, because this job is teaching me to continue to fight for them, and then teaching other women to fight for their families as well. And I looked at him and I said, nothing, no hater, no negative words, no ghosting will ever stop me from fighting for my purpose and fighting for what God has in store for me. And I know it's hard to wrap your head around, but once you do, I can't look at my kids and think, I'm just going to not show up today because what I want them to live a similar lifestyle. I can't look at my kids and say, you know what? I'm tired today, or someone was mean to me, so I'm going to quit. And even if you don't have kids right now, if you have future kids, or guess what? If you have nieces or nephews or brothers or sisters, or even parents that maybe didn't, serve their purpose or feel like you guys don't understand the impact you have on the people around you. And look at them and look deeper. When someone ghosts you, it doesn't matter. It's okay. It is hard, but that's why personal development is key. Okay. Sorry. Tangent.
I just want to say one more thing to Tracy also. Besides sending the GIF or whatever, we have all these free groups, twice a month. So it's a great time to say, hey, I know we haven't spoken in a while. I've got this free Ditch the Sugar thing. I wanted to offer it to you. So it's free. They can join it. It's twice a month. So maybe they've ghosted you since, October 5th. And now it's the 22nd. Say, just want to let you know what's coming up on the agenda. We've got Ditch the Sugar this date, and we've got the holiday recipes. And then they can join, and you can open the conversation up again. So that's another thought.
Yes.
I have to go find a lost panda bear. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Actually, so I wanted to address this because I hear a lot about scripts and people don't like them. Guys, you can do whatever you want. The reason we provide you with scripts is because sometimes getting to the point, asking the tough questions is hard. So with our scripts, don't just copy and paste them from us. Take it and make it your own. Like anytime I've ever come across a script, like I wouldn't say bloody hell or something like Louise would say. I'd say that's freaking awesome. So if I'm sending something that doesn't feel personal, but you know what? I create a script. I put a post out there and I say, hey, I'm looking for 10 people to start this health journey, and 10 people comment. I do not have time to come up with 10 individual, would you like to join my group? And 10 with different script, different messages rather, when all I'm saying is the same thing. When they come back like, oh, well, I have this opportunity. We start on this day. Please fill out this health questionnaire. I don't need to be personal on that level. When they send over their health questionnaire and they dig a little deeper, that's when I'll personalize it. And I'll say like, hey, I noticed your goals were X, Y, Z. Obviously, I have to personalize it because everybody has different goals. So the scripts are really just like an outline for you to use. And I wish we could call them something different because everyone has this negative outlook on them. And I love scripts. I have my Lift 4 script. I have my Shift Shop script. I have my free group script, all because it saves me a ton of time. And I don't need to recreate the wheel when I'm sending 10 people out this same information on the same program on the same post. Does that make sense?
Can I just say something about that?
Yeah.
So in terms of like inviting, like if somebody hasn't reached out to you on your post, if you're just gonna be inviting them, like I think we've all got the invites on Instagram, which are like total copy and paste invites, right? They're just like something completely random. It's not personal at all. And those are the things that like I just don't even look at. I just delete. So I never want to be one of those people. So I do have a script to invite, but I always, always, always personalize it. So it just takes me like 20 seconds to go to somebody's profile, make sure I actually want to have them on my team, because I'm not just going to be inviting anybody. And then taking those 20 seconds, I'm looking at their profile, seeing who they are, seeing what we connect about and what I can talk to them about in the invite. So then I'll like write 2 sentences, 3 sentences, like connecting with them, something personal. And then I'll add my script. But so like you said, Jack, like the script doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's just basically meaning that I don't have to write the same thing every time because I'm personalizing it, but I'm also inviting them to an opportunity and using the same words every time.
Yes, I think that's awesome. I love that. Does that help you guys out? I can't see. Okay, Kelly says yes.
Thanks, Bridget.
I can't see anybody else's faces, so I hope that helped.
But also, everyone's not seeing the other messages we're sending, so sometimes we think, oh my God, they can just tell this as a script because we've seen it so many times, but they really can't, as long as you do personalize it. So we get like, oh my gosh, this sounds so, but it's not.
It did help. Sorry, we're shopping.
No, you're fine.
Shopping, but we're listening.
Are you with Vanessa?
Yeah, she's here.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. You are so cute. I was like, wait, I think they're in the same store.
Yeah, we are. That's why we turned our thing off, our cameras. But we are listening.
I love it.
So thank you all.
You're welcome. Oh my God, yeah, I hear the game. World Series is on. Red Sox are in it, and the Dodgers. And I'm in here doing a call, so you guys know I love you right now. So. All right, what other questions? Did we miss any? Ooh, sushi. Lucky. Okay, any more questions, you guys? What else? We got about, I don't know, what time did we start? Like 15 more minutes, maybe? Or Susan, do you have anything else?
Oh, sorry. I muted myself. No, I found the panda bear, so now I am good. I don't know what else to ask anybody else, but they might be struggling with.
Susan, would you mind talking for like just a couple of minutes about the sugar group, the free group?
I don't really know about it.
Oh, well, can I just give me 30 seconds then? Because for new coaches, like the free groups are so good. Like it's such a great way to add value and to invite people without it being scary, because you're not asking anything from them. You're just giving. And the Ditch the Sugar group is always an amazingly successful, popular group because everybody seems to have a problem with sugar, me included, and especially at this time of year, right, with Halloween. And what's that?
So get out of my head. I was typing with Halloween coming.
Oh, right, exactly. So it is coming up on Monday, and so all of this week we should be sharing about it, inviting people to it, and just like using it as an opportunity to really add value to people's lives and to invite them. Because once you invite them into that free group, they can see what we're about, they can see who you are as a coach, and they can see that amazing support system.
Yeah, and then after that we have the holiday recipe one. Everybody loves recipes. It's like non-threatening. You can give them the access to the free bot. I offer to everybody who does the free groups. They can take it or not take it, but it's the 14-day free trial, and it's an excellent way for them to try it with the free thing. I have so many people. We did so many groups. You can go back to those free groups too later on and gather those people and add them into things. So yeah, free groups are, and especially during the holidays, they seem to really ramp up right now. People just love them.
Because you're pouring out money for everything else. You want something free. That's how I feel. I just spent so much money on dang costumes. I got to paint myself green next week. I am not loving my life right now.
What are you going to be?
I overcommitted. Oh, God. We're going to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. Okay. So Jack.
Yeah, and I'm Gamora. And I was like, oh, it's fine. I don't need to, like, paint myself green. I'll just wear a green shirt. And the boys were like, you're not going to paint yourself green? I was like, zero intention. Now I am. So I spent $11 on green makeup that I'll use one time. Not impressed. Micah asked, we might have addressed this. So how do you set Beachbody apart from other MLMs that people are selling on Facebook? What do you think, Susan? When you're messaging people?
When I'm messaging people, no one's ever asked me like how I'm different than MLMs. And I think what I've told people before is one of the reasons, I didn't join Beachbody until I was 50. And so I really had to make sure that when I was joining them, that for me, it was about the company's message, their vision, and the integrity of them and their products. And I could stand behind them 100% what they did. And so that was different. I mean, I guess I was making people's life. I looked at oils, I sold Tupperware, but all those, I guess oils could be considered that, but like Tupperware or candles for me were not like making people's better life, like longevity wise or health wise. So it's something that it just felt like it was giving more back to people. I don't know about as far as what the other compensation plans are, but for me, I had to really look at, do you know what the company's mission is? What is their vision statement? What is the integrity of their products? And looking at all those across the board when you're comparing things and not just comparing compensation. There's a lot of quick money out there and their products are crap and they're not healthy for people. And I couldn't in good conscience, just to make more money, sell somebody something because of that. And that is what it came down to for me. I think that's what stands Beachbody apart. So I would definitely say as a new coach, know your products, know the company, hear Carl speak about the company so you can stand up proudly and say, you know what, this is the best company out there and I 100% stand behind it. If you don't know that information, then you'll be a little bit more gung shy and not know what to say to people. I could talk all day about Beachbody to people and what I love about it, what I love about the products. And you know what? This may seem silly, but I do this in my car when I'm driving. I practice what I'm saying out loud. I do scripts like when I'm talking, or if I'm going to go live, I'll just talk about it as if people are there. And it's just a way of it's like, what is that? Like when people go on stage or whatever, you're just like prepping your lines. I think it's really important to be comfortable with that. So I don't know if you guys talk to yourself. I do it all the time. I do it when I'm walking. I do it when I'm driving. If I'm going to do a training on something like Instagram or whatever, I'll just kind of talk about it. So I think it's important to know that ahead of time. Does that help? I don't have my glasses.
Yeah, Micah asked that. Yeah, I love that. And I think that's absolutely the truth. It's the belief in the products, not only in like the physical products that we're drinking, because Sarah asked what if she can't afford other products except for Shakeology. Well, do you believe in the challenge group? Do you believe in the accountability of joining the tribe? Do you believe, just like Michelle said, in the personal development aspect that is one of our vital behaviors that is truly improving our mental health? Like Beachbody is not just one product. It is an all-encompassing thing, and it is literally a life-changing system. And that's what the belief is there for me. The belief, if you're just getting into this or just getting back into it, do you love the challenge groups? Do you love the tribe you're connected to? Do you love the Shakeology? Or if you haven't tried products, just think about it this way. Do you love the workouts? Everyone's tried the workouts. The workouts are amazing. I mean, I just had a transformation that everyone keeps sharing that picture and I'm like, every time it pops up, I was like, I really didn't want to take those before. And it's everywhere.
And also posting it on your page. Like if you're getting those questions, then address it on your post. On your post, speak to the things, what you like about it without putting down other MLMs. Don't ever put down another MLM because that's someone else's thing and that just doesn't reflect good on you. So just speak what you know about your company, what you love about it, and let them stand alone and post it on your page too. If there's an objection or something, you want to let people know, this is what I love about this company. This is their mission or whatever. This is the product.
Yeah. And honestly, Sarah would just be knowledgeable about the products. Go read on the products so you can understand them. So you know where the ingredients come from. Like there's a Shakeology video by Darren Aline that is the reason that I decided, but beyond coaching, beyond the Coach Sneak Peek, I watched one video. My boys love it. It is their favorite. They watch it every time it comes on after you do your workout. I'm sure you guys know it. It's the ingredients video by Darren O'Lean. It shows where he goes to get those ingredients for Shakeology. That is the way our products are made. And I mean, I couldn't afford every product when I started. I could barely afford my Shakeology. And so my goal was, okay, pay off my Shakeology and then I don't have to send it back. So that was my goal for month 1 because I would have had to send it back. Month 2 was pay off my Shakeology and earn a little extra for groceries. Like, make small goals. And we didn't have all those products back then when I started, but it would have been month 2, get the performance line. And then if I don't pay it off with Beachbody money, I have to send it back. Like, I mean, I would buy it on the principle that I had to pay it back because otherwise I would just be waiting to buy it. But if that money was already out there, I was like, I have to earn it back, or else I'm going to have to send it back and feel like I didn't meet my goal. You know what I mean? And we actually had someone ask at the retreat, well, one day I'll get there and I can afford it. And if I can't cover my supplements, then I won't buy it. I'm like, well, I'm the opposite. I buy it. And then if I can't afford it, I have to send it back. And then I was like, oh man, that feels horrible. It just did. So I worked my butt off to be able to cover and I'm not saying go buy everything. Please don't. Like, don't put yourself in debt for Beachbody products, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But if you did want to try something a little different, say, okay, the Energize is $49.95. What does that equal? And work backwards. How many challenge packs or how much do I have to sell to be able to afford that, if that's your goal to try out the products?
And did you know you can also get a sample product at the Performance line that will give you one of each thing? It'll give you an Energize, it'll give you a Recover, it'll give you a Recharge. I mean, it's not going to give you the full benefits because you're only trying it once, but if you want to get it for taste or just some idea, it's a lot less expensive to just buy the sample pack of something.
Yeah.
Or split it with somebody too. Like if Vanessa and Bridget live near each other and they want to like order something together, you can split it and, try it and see. Like, I can't live without Recover now. Like, Recover is my life. And I never knew it until I got it, and then I stopped it. And then I was like, why am I so sore? I was like, this doesn't really work. It really, really works.
I had 3 containers, so I turned off the auto ship and didn't realize today when I took my last scoop, I was like, oh, I have other. I'm like, those aren't Recover. I was like, ready to die. We should. Look at Bridget. I love that. Awesome. You guys have had some great questions. Anybody else with questions? Susan, more to add? Louise, Caitlin? Anybody?
If you're a new coach, I only have to add, and I've made this analogy before on the team page, that it's a lot like marriage. And I've been married for 30 years, and I picture a roller coaster. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. Don't leave or bail out when it goes down. It's going to go back up again, and just sit there for the ride and don't give up. Like, just don't be like, I can't figure this out. It will go up and it will go down, and just commit to it. Like, figure it out. What does Brendan Bouchard say? Have the saying, I'm confident in my ability to figure this out. Mm-hmm. And lean in on people. Lean in. Don't pull away.
And we're coming up on a huge season. There's always a lull because everyone's like, oh my gosh, I have Thanksgiving. I have Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. But oh my gosh, I want to start my fitness journey on January 1st. If you guys stay strong with your posting, with your inviting, and your following up through this hard season of October, November, December, you just wait. January will explode because most coaches fall off now. And when people are looking to start their health journey in January, you're going to try and, work it in so they start in December if they can. If they can't, people are going to flock to you because you'll still be there. You won't be the one that quit when it got hard. You won't be the one that's like, well, I could have set you up, but you know what? I decided not to do it because it got a little hectic, a little crazy. This season is like, especially with Transform 20, Sean T's in the house. But I'm telling you, every single year, it's like, it's kind of hard. October, November, December. Get out of your head. I'm just going to post. I'm just going to invite, and I'm just going to follow up.
And I love what Christy said. People already know by January 1st who they're going with. That's not the time that you're going to decide to do it. You need to post October, November, December. That's when they make their decision. They know what gym they're going to join. They know what trainer they're going to have. They know who they're going to go with. So if you think, I'm going to start after Christmas in January, people have already picked who they're going through. And you have to be that person. Even if you're getting crickets, trust me, they'll come find you. Sometimes people come back a year later for me, a year and a half, and go, I've been watching you and now I'm ready. So yes, for sure. I love this season. I'm excited for people to get joining,
I love it.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
my
fun.
favorite. It's like a challenge before like the explosion of like, I can't even keep up. It's like crazy. And Kelly said she had a question, but then she disappeared. So let's see. Louise, my last tip would be to not have to be on every single caller training. Yes, absolutely. Guys, yeah, be on the calls, like sit down, create that schedule like we talked about in our new coach right the other day. Create that schedule, know what calls are a top priority, what calls you need to be on. Oh, and Kelly, pop back. Kelly, what's your question before we get cut off? I can't unmute you. You're going to have to do it.
Hey, so I just I put my Transformation Tuesday thing on Facebook, and I just see on my phone like I've got these emojis popping up, like people want more info, and it's making me feel sick to my stomach. But my thing is, they're like acquaintances. They're not really like really good friends, but I know we know each other. When I go to tell them, like message them, do I really need to be like, hey, so I see your kids sure are getting thicker now, or I could just go at it like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they directly, I just stalked your page, because they directly commented that they, yes, girl, or awesome, or whatever. Literally just say, hey, I saw your comment on my post. Thank you so much for loving on it. Like, it means a lot to me. It was hard to share that. My group starts on this day. Blah, it encompasses blah, blah, blah. Do you want to join?
Okay.
Simple. Yeah. Good question, though. All right. What else?
It's a great script in Ignite Your Life today with someone who had something similar to that went back to everybody and what they wrote. And I forget who posted it, but I can post it under the Zoom link if you want to on what to say. But I would definitely, like Jack said, just comment. They commented on your transformation post. You don't even need to worry about their kids, their dogs, their cat, their grandma. Just like say, hey, this is what I got coming up. I would love you to join me. That's awesome. Good for you.
That is awesome. I just totally stalked you and commented. Okay, so we are going to get cut off. Everybody, if you can, just pop on real quick. Turn on your photo thing. What am I trying to say? Video, so I can take a picture. Even if you're hiding in your kid's room, Trisha. And if you're in the store, I don't care. Hi, Libby! And Micah, Trisha, hurry it up, ladies. Right quick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You guys failed. Jeez. I love you both. That's why I can say that to you. All right, one more, because there's always someone who has their eyes closed. Let's do one more. Big cheese. Okay, we got it. Thank you all so much for joining. We know your time is important, so make sure that you are just doing the vital behaviors. Be on at least one Zoom call a week. That is my biggest tip. One call, but make sure you're doing your vital behaviors too, because I need to. Oh God, shit explosion over here. Okay, Trisha, thank you for not turning on. But yeah, be on one call a week, because this connects you live, and this is very important, because I can ask questions all day, but I'm a person that needs to see and communicate, and that's why we really wanted to do these for you guys. So we love you guys. Go enjoy the World Series if you're a Dodgers fan. Boo. If you're a Red Sox fan, I love you. Bye, everyone.